around here, though, and somewhat aggravating to hear. Back to net control, 73 to all, W2, RBC.
I think down deep that guy knew he was aggravating a lot of people and having a little fun about it. Thanks for joining us, Randy. I kind of knew your answer. KQ4EFY, Tim, Columbia, South Carolina. Good morning, Tim.
Thank you, Roger. This is KQ4EFY, Tim, in Columbia, South Carolina. And yes, I had one. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Back to net control.
All right, another yes. We got that on the list. Thanks for joining us, Tim. This is KO4QMM. You're listening to the East Coast Reflector Morning Brew. And let's move on to Tim, Windsor, Ontario, VE3, TGN. Good morning, Tim. Have you ever had a Billy Bass singing fish? All right, you're a little bit low there on the vocals, but you have a good day, sir, and thanks for joining us. And KADUY was in and out mobile. Already went there. Let's move on to Bill, North Fort Myers, Florida, W8 WHK. Good morning, Bill.
Oh, good morning. Boy, it's 40 degrees here. 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Clear skies. And as far as the singing the fish, no, I never had one. Had a cuckoo clock once, and that used to drive me crazy, so no, I never had one. Okay, back to you. This is W8WHK 73, back to net control.
You have a good day there, Bill. Thanks for joining us. Let's move on to KD5CT, David in Converse, Texas. Wonder if that's where they came up with the tennis shoe. Good morning, David.
Good morning, everyone. This is Kilo Delta Charlie Tango. And no, I don't think they made a tennis shoe here in Converse, Texas. But no, I never had one of those singing fishes. I tell you what, it would probably be annoying. I probably would annoy. This is Kilo Delta 5 Charlie Tango 73. Back to you, Nat.
Thanks for joining us, David. Let's move on to Bill, Palmyra, New York, N2BH. Good morning, Bill.
Oh, Roger. I laughed when I heard this question. Good morning to you and Mark. And no, I never had one. N2BH.
Well, I don't want anybody having to think too much and like those quick yes and no questions. I'm trying, Bill. You have a good day there, sir, and we'll probably be talking to you later. W5DBS, David, Houston, Texas. Have you ever had a Billy Bass singing fish? Good morning.
Great big Texas howdy to you, Roger, and the Brew crew. I have never had one of those singing fish and don't intend on getting one. Thanks for doing what you do. Enjoy it every morning. Talk to you tomorrow. This is W5DBS, 25 degrees in Houston, Texas.
I thought I'd come back and say, heck yes, I'll be singing with it now. Thanks, David. Let's move on to Chris, Manchester, New Hampshire. KC1WXP. Good morning, Chris.
There we go. My PTT's working. I'm using repeater phone. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, y'all. To everyone on the Brew crew. Let's see. Well, I never actually. I don't think I had those bad singing fishes. And to be brutally honest, I'm not sure if I'd want one. I don't remember them being anywhere in our house. I don't think we were much. Some of us weren't into much of the pop culture. I think, especially my parents. I mean, okay, maybe we were, but anyway. But we these days was just her and I and my brother most of the time, along with my dad working everywhere. Not so much. Anyway, you all have a great day. Seems cold here. We'll see what happens here in New Hampshire today. KC1WXP, back to you.
Thanks for joining us, Chris. Stay warm. And Peter was in and out. W2PMS. Have a good day, Pete. And let's move on to Fayetteville, Tennessee. KR4ELF. ELF. Good morning, Nate.
Okay, checking in.
Well, that didn't sound like Nate. Nathan, Fayetteville, Tennessee. You there, my friend? All right, we're going to move on. Todd, Yucca Valley, California, KD6DIQ. Have you ever had a Billy Bass singing fish? Todd, good morning.
No, I sure have not. My dog's barking. I apologize for that. No fish on the wall. KD60IQ.
No. Thanks for joining us, Todd. You have a good day. Let's move on to Joe, Clinton Township, Michigan, KE4ZYQ. Good morning, Joe. All right, we'll put Joe down as in and out. Let's move on. We got 3 more text check-ins here on Text Check-In Tuesday. W4PPX, Don, Hollywood, Florida, N0CKV, Mark, Plymouth, Minnesota, and KJ4ZFM, Robert, Deltona, Florida. All right, anybody else want to join in? Call sign, calls, and Mark.
Alpha WB3 ILA Mobile. WB3 ILA Mobile. 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile. A1D. WA1D.
Papa Delta.
Victor 21 Yankee Alpha Mobile. Victor 21 Yankee Alpha Mobile.
Kilo Charlie 3 Uniform Kilo. Kilo Charlie 3 Uniform Kilo.
Oh, shoot. Pat for Ohio State University. In and out. Yes, I have one of those fish. We're down. Thank you.
Victor Alpha 3, Yankee Bravo Sierra. Victor Alpha 3, Yankee Bravo Sierra.
KY4 BPA. Kilo Yankee 4 Bravo Papa Alpha. In and out. 73, everybody.
N6QDY, N6QDY.
KO4QMM, you're listening to the East Coast Reflector Morning Brew. And let me see here, the PD, I do believe it is DX. Do you have your last of your call sign was Papa Delta? Will you come back?
Echo 0, Juliet Papa Delta, UK.
You really need to say it twice, my friend. You cut off on the prefix. We got the suffix Juliet Papa Delta. We need the prefix over.
Okay. 2 Echo 0, Juliet Papa Delta, QSL.
2 Echo 0, Julia Papa Delta. I do believe we got it that time. Thank you, sir. And we had a V2YA, a V2YA. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. The name is Lorne. That's Lorne Green. And the call sign is Victor 21 Yankee Alpha V21YA QSO.
Like Lauren Green. All right. The old Bonanza guy. Or Ponderosa. It might be both. I don't know. Thanks that we got you in there. And we'll be right back to you, my friend. And Jerry, Fort Lauderdale, N4OS. We got you in and out. And you can't answer the question. If you're in and out, you might as well stick around. And let's go to Michael, Kensington, Kentucky. KY4BPA, in and out. Thanks, Michael, for there. Let me jump up to the top here. Don, I didn't go through everybody, did I? Hold on a second here. Let me look at the list. There to David, Sacramento, California. You feel like he's lost. N6QDY, we got you, David. And then there was Michael, and I think I got the rest. And then there was AA5JW James, Spring, Texas. AB3AA Brian, Clarendon, PA. KJ4ZFM, Robert, Deltona, and NOCKV, Mark, Plymouth, Minnesota. Let's go to, hold up. Florida, good morning. Have you ever had a Billy Bass singing fish?
Good morning, everybody on the Brew Crew. No, I have not, but I looked it up on Amazon, and they're still available for everybody that wants to find one. W4PPX, back to net control.
I did that same thing this morning, and I was surprised they still sell them. Where they came out like 1998 or something, and didn't last much longer than that, I'm sure. Thanks for joining us, Don. Have a good day. Let's move on to Mark, Plymouth, Minnesota, N0CKV. Good morning, Mark.
Morning, Roger, Mark, the rest of the Brew Crew, everybody else on the net. No, I did not own one of those. Everybody have a great day. Stay safe. Stay safe and warm. and 0CKZ back to net.
Will do, Mark. You have a good day, too. Thanks for joining us this morning, having a little bit of fun. And last on the text list, here's Robert, Deltona, Florida, KJ4ZFM. Good morning, Robert.
Oh, boy. Good morning. I have no idea if I'm transmitting. For some reason, it doesn't look like I'm... Good morning out there to the net. I have no audio for some reason. I have no idea what the heck's going on.
All right, Robert, we heard you just fine. We'll put you down for a no, because you might not have no audio, might not be hearing me. Thanks for joining us this morning. Let's move on to Brian, Clarendon, PA, AB3AA. Good morning, Brian.
Actually, do have one.
Absolutely do have one. I got that loud and clear there. Thanks, Brian, for joining us. I do believe that's what you said. Let's move on to James, Springs, Texas, AA5JW. I might be getting you a little late here, James, but we got you.
Well, good morning, Roger and Mark. Thank y'all for running the net this morning. And good morning, Brew Crew. This is Alpha 5 Whiskey Mobile, James in Spring, mobile into Houston for work today. And is it a cold one? I did not want to get out of bed. And the tailgate to the truck was frozen shut, so it took me a little longer than usual to get loaded this morning. To the question at hand, no, I have never had one of those singing Billy bass fish. A cousin of mine had one, and those things are pretty ridiculous, but I avoided the trap and did not buy one, so I guess that's good on me. With that, I'll say 7-3, hand it back to net. Everybody have a blessed day. Stay safe out there. This is Alpha 5 Juliet Whiskey Mobile. We'll be monitoring.
Thanks for joining us, James. And from Spring, Texas, I thought for sure you were going to... Yes. I told Dick someday we're going to have to try to call on people, like all the mobiles and stuff. Instead of you calling in, we just call your call sign and see if you're there. Might be fun someday. Thanks for joining us. Let's move on to Claremont, Florida. Darrow, WA1D. Have you ever had a Billy Bass singing fish?
Good morning. Just to hear that name makes me laugh. No, I have not. And it's 35 degrees here in Florida. Heat is cranking in the house. 7-3, WA1D.
You have a good day there, Darrow. Stay warm, and thanks for joining us. Having a little bit of fun. Ron, England. 2 Echo 0, Juliet Papa Delta. Good morning, Ron. And have you ever had a Billy Bass singing fish? Or should I say good afternoon?
Good afternoon. Wet, windy, 80-mile-an-hour wind, and no trouble with the fish. I am 93 years old, my friends. All your network is coming through loud and clear. Loud and clear, my friends. All good work networks. Well, thank you for calling me in. I will stay on the side for a little while. Call me back later. Back to you.
Well, that's an honor talking to you, Ron, 95 years old. Ham radio sound good, and thank you for joining us. We'll be looking forward to hearing you on some other nets. Let's move on to Lauren there. Barbuda V21YA, Antigua and Barbada. I think I'm not very good at that. V21YA. Good morning, Lauren.
EZR.
Okay, fun that. I think somebody came in there just a moment ago. And thanks for picking me up as well. And Antigua and Barbuda. We don't we don't push it too much. Just say Barbuda, and we good. And we're on the island of Antigua, twin island state. Barbuda is to the north of us, just about 40 miles away. And the bigger island, Antigua, is where I'm located. And it's a bright sunny day today. Sorry to have to punch you with that one, but right now it's just about 84 degrees at the moment, so it should get up to around 88, 89 later on today. Winds are just about 14 miles an hour. That's keeping it rather comfortable. Victor 2-1 Yankee Alpha, okay?
I don't think you said if you had the singing fish or not. Come back.
Negative on that one. Negative on that one. We've never. In fact, I think I've seen the commercial years ago on television, but that's about all. And we don't have bass, that type of fish in our neck of waters, guy.
Right, it'd have to be a singing tuna or a grouper or something. Not a lot of lakes around there. Thanks for joining us, Lauren. We'll be looking for you on some of the other nets and having some fun. Let's move on to Herbert, West Milton, PA. KC3UUK. Good morning, Herbert. Have you had a billy bass singing fish?
Good morning to everybody on the net. This is Kilo Charlie 3, Uniform Kilo, Herbert, West Mifflin. And yes, I did. I brought back memories with that one. I got it on at Gander Mountain one time. They was clearing a mott. And I don't even know if I still have it in a box somewhere, to be honest with you. But I do remember having it for a short time. I picked it up for like $3 or something like that. And we played around with it for a little bit. But anyhow, we got a temperature right now here on the other side of the scale. I got a temperature of 0 right now is what they're saying here on the AccuWeather here. But with that being said, got the snow cleaned out of the driveway and around the property a little bit. We got way more than 13 inches, they said. But with that being said, I'm back to the net, and everybody have a blessed day. Stay safe. Stay warm. 73 is all it is. KC3UUK, I will be clear.
Thank you, Herbert, for joining us this morning. And yes, we're feeling it down here in Florida. Pretty much everybody's feeling it. And we were, our feel-like temperature was 26. I'll have to go outside and run some water hoses and stuff after I'm done here. Thanks for joining us, Herbert. Having some fun. Let's move on to KCILA, Allison, Maryland. Good morning. KC3ILA, did I miss you? Are you still there? Well, we'll put you down for a yes anyhow. Just because I can. Let's, Jerry, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, N4OSU, in and out. Have a good day there. And BA3YBS, Bill, Dunnville, Ontario, Canada. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Roger, and everybody on the net this morning. I just stepped outside to check the thermometer. It's 44 degrees here in Cape Canaveral, Florida. A little bit chilly this morning. Anyway, no, I've never had a talking fish on the wall. I've never had any kind of fish on the wall. Back to you, Roger, and thanks for doing the net. This is VA3YBS.
Well, thanks for joining us this morning, Bill. Having a little bit of fun. This is KO4QMM in Chile, Central Florida. You're listening to the East Coast Reflector Morning Brew. And don't forget tonight, same channel, same frequency, 8 o'clock tonight is the East Coast Reflector TechNet. Bring in your questions, any ham radio related questions, and we will help you out. Thanks for joining us. So let's move on to David, N6QDY. I'm sure he's cruising out there in his vehicle somewhere. Good morning, David.
Hey, good morning, Roger, Mark, the Brew Crew, and everybody in the Zoom control room, N6QDY. Yeah, go ahead and put me down surprisingly for a yes. But I think it's on its last fin there, Roger. The mechanics of it are getting stuck. Maybe I need to oil it, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, put me down for a yes. Everyone have a great day. Thanks, Roger. Back to net control, N6QDY.
Joining in. All right, we got a new text line here on Tuesday text check-in, whatever I'm trying to say. KE8SMN Jeff, KEOGKF Jeff, team member. N2MLB John. I just talked to you the other day on field day, I do believe. KQ4UHS Johnny, KJ4ZFM Robert, K6AAN Mike, W2PUT Dan, team member, KD3ATQ Jim, and N8ZFH Gary, Woodhaven, Michigan. And I'll go ahead and run through this list real quick. N8ZFH, good morning, Gary. Have you ever had the Billy Bass singing fish?
Good morning, Roger, Mark, and the rest of the crew. They are so stupid and obnoxious that I think I have two of them. They're down in the basement in storage, one of the 100 boxes or so of junk that I have. But I'll have to find it before Lent. I think that's when they were popular as an advertising piece. Please check me in and out, N8ZFH, back to net. Still trying to get rid of this cold.
Oh, good luck with that, Gary. It is running around. And, yeah, just think they might become popular again when the grandkids pull them out of the boxes and stuff and find them and say, what the heck is this? So thanks for joining us. Let's move on to Jim, Easton, PA, KD3ATQ. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Roger, Mark, and the rest of the Brew Crew. No fish. No, never had one. Back to you, Roger. KD3ATQ.
Thanks, Jim. You have a good day, too. Dan, Michigan, W2PUT, one of our team members. Good morning.
Good morning. As amusing as those were back in the day, we were content to laugh at other people's ones. No, we have not had one of those. Back to you, W2PUT.
Thanks, Dan. Have a great day. We're on a speed round here. Jeff calls it AEOGKF. I hope you don't mind me using that. Let's move on to Mike, K6AN. Good morning, Mike.
And good morning to everybody on the Brew Crew. It's negative on the Billy Bass. I love that thing, though. I just never bought one. Pretty funny. Back to net control. This is K6AAN.
Well, we're all about bringing back memories here at the East Coast Reflector Morning Brew. Let's move on to Robert, KJ4ZFM. Morning, Robert. Any singing fish?
Wow, okay, there you go. Some reason it seemed like I was having a problem. I had to recheck. I actually pulled it down off the wall, and I had to put the praying hands on it again. My mother bought me one a couple of months before her death in 2022. So, yes, I do have one down, so put me down for yes.
Oh, special memory there, Robert. Sound good. Thanks for joining us. Let's move on to Johnny, KQ4UHS. Good morning, Johnny.
Good morning, everybody on the net. Yes, did have one. My dad bought one back when I was in high school, and it was fantastic. He annoyed my mother with it constantly. Back to net control. Thanks for doing the net. KQ4UHS.
Yeah, they definitely belonged in a man cave, if anything. Thanks for joining us, Robert. Johnny, have a great day. MLB, John, SL Springs, New York. I just talked to you field day, did I not? N2MLB, you there? Well, John, I gotta say, you sounded a lot better on HF Field Day. You must be too far from the repeater. Thanks for getting in there, my friend. Let's move on to team member Jeff here, KE0GKF. Good morning, Jeff.
Well, good morning, sir, and everyone on the net. Glad to hear you using my speed round thing there. You're about done, I think. I do that on the second hour, of course, when we're wrapping up the net. But, in my wife careers, my first wife bought me one of those. So that's, when it came out. That's how long ago those came out. 30, 40 years ago? It never made it to the wall. I remember that thing. You push the button, it turned its head at you, and your mouth would open and close. The thing would sing a song at you. Never made it to the wall, though. But the first wife had country geese back then. I'm like, what are we doing? What's all this country geese stuff? What are we doing? But happy Taco Tuesday. Have yourself some fine tacos with extra pico de gallo.
Thanks for getting in there, Jeff. And yeah, I like all your little sayings and stuff. All net controllers have their own little quirks. Thanks again. Let's move Jeff, KSMN. Good morning, Jeff. Have you ever had a Billy Bass singing fish?
Good morning. Good morning, Brew Crew. KE8 SMN here. No fish here for me. KE8 SMN back to net.
All right, and this next guy, he's got to have one up there around all them lakes and stuff. Just kidding there, Dick. Godfather WB2JPQ is going to be on my list and a good way to go out. Good morning, Dick.
Morning again, Roger, Mark, everybody. No, I never personally owned one. We had one at our summer cottage, and I don't know whatever happened to it. It might have gone to the shooting range as well, but I personally never owned one. Back to you, Roger. Great job this morning, everybody. This is WB2JPQ.
Well, I've told told you once, I told you twice. Thanks for making this system where a lot of people can get together and have a lot of fun. Thanks, Dick WB2JPQ. And that's it for me, man. Thanks, Mark. KE2EDS. We did pretty good this morning. And he did great logging. And Alan's up next, K8BAC. Well, you got a fresh slate there, Al. Have a good one. And this is KO4QMM 73.
Well, thank you, Roger. This is Al, KABAC, along with Mark, K2EDS. Logging for me, keep me out of trouble. We do have a clean slate. We're at the bottom of the list. This doesn't happen to me often. Let's get some mobile check-ins. Mobile check-ins only. It's 3 minutes after 8. If you're in your car driving, you're either late for work or you're really, really early. Mobiles only. Come with your call signs twice and slowly.
This is Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Romeo Kilo, KQ4, ORK in the mobile.
This is Whiskey 5, Delta November Lima, mobile.
Well, we got a couple. Not too many people driving this time of day. That's fine. We got KQ4ORK, Barry in Apopka, Florida. And we had W5DNL, Daniel in Iowa Colony, Texas. Looks like you're new to the system, Daniel. Welcome. Question of the day. Did you ever have one of those Billy Bass singing fishes? Kind of go on your wall and sing things like, "Don't worry, be happy." Yep, it's a silly question, but might as well get a little levity in today. Get rid of this weather out of our brains and stuff. Let's go to KQ4ORK, Barry in Apopka. Good morning.
Good morning to everybody on the crew, and thanks for picking me up from a frigid Florida morning. That brings back a funny memory. I did have one many, many years ago. It did hang on the wall for a while. It was a good laugh. Hope everybody has a great day. Hope everybody's staying warm and getting through that storm up north. 73s, back to net control. KQ4, ORK in the mobile.
All righty, thank you, Barry. Have a great day. Next up, W5DNL, Daniel, Iowa Colony, Texas. Good morning.
Good morning. I was just flipping through the channels and came across y'all. Down here, Iowa Colony is about 20 miles south of Houston. Balmy, 28 degrees right now. I guess that's balmy for all y'all up north. But good to be in here. Y'all have a good day, and no, I never had that fish. W5DNL.
Well, all right, thanks, Daniel. Hey, don't be a stranger. We're here Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you do have a valid email address in QRZ, you'll get a welcome letter from the East Coast Reflector team. We invite you to check out eastcoastreflector.com. A lot of great information on there, and the East Coast Reflector magazine, one of the best publications in ham radio. All right, thank you, Daniel. Have a great day. Looks like we got some text check-ins coming in. We have VE5REG, Reg. We got N1, CBM, Carlos. We got KC2JZE, Bob. We got N8HLN, Mike. KD3HAN, Anna. We got KJ5WGR, Walter. B, Anthony. And we got AAOUU, Ken in Council Bluffs, Iowa. Let's add to that list. Anybody, anywhere. Company call signs twice and slowly.
Victor Alpha 2, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot.
Kilo, Golf 5, Uniform Foxtrot Romeo, KG5, UFR.
Kilo, Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray Bravo, Kilo, Juliet 5, Delta X-Ray Bravo.
AA4, XM,
right, well, we added a couple of people onto that. We got AA4XM Micah, Florence, Alabama. KJ5DXP Frank, Sugarland, Texas. We got KG5UFR Jacob in Farmers Branch. And we have VA3CRF Byrne in Waterdown, Ontario. Looks like we got AB4KT Kenneth in the Villages, Florida, also popping in the text line. Let's jump up to AA0UU Ken in Council Bluffs, Iowa. Question of the day. Have you ever had a Billy Bass singing fish? One of those singing fish you hang on your wall. Good morning, Ken.
Well, good morning. Good morning to everybody out there in the Brew Crew land. No, I never had one of those. I brought back some funny memories, though, of other things. I decided to just check real quick to see if you could still get one of those. And the good news is, if that was something that was always on your bucket list, it's still available on Amazon for a little over $50. So there you go. It's 7-3s, everyone. Have a super day. This is AA0UU. Back to net.
Well, it's comforting to know you can still get one if you so desire. Thanks, Ken. Have a great day. Let's go to W2AJV Anthony in Atco. Good morning, Anthony.
Okay, I'm here, W2AJV. No, I've never had one of those hanging fish. I've never even heard of it. Where it is 8 degrees. W2AJV, back to net control. 7-3.
All righty, thank you, Anthony. Have a great day. Stay warm. Let's go to KJPR. Walter in Houston, Texas. Good morning, Walter. KJ5GR, Walter, are you with us? Well, we see somebody in the Lubbock, Texas area trying to get in. That's probably Walter. Maybe you can check back in later when he can get a good connection. It happens sometimes. Let's go to KD3AJN Anna in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Anna.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I had one of those Billy Bass fishes, and I used to walk by it all the time and push the button because I liked hearing it and watching it flap around. Everyone have a good day. KD3AJN.
All righty, thank you, Anna. Have a great day. N8HLN Mike in Grosse Pointe, Michigan. Good morning.
Good morning, Al. Everybody on the crew. It's 7 degrees in the backyard this morning. And the answer to the question is negative. I've not had one, but they are pretty cool. Back to net, N8HLN. Everyone have a great day.
All right, thank you, Mike. Have a great day yourself, sir. Let's go to Bob in Hamburg, KC2JZE. Hello, Bob.
No Billy Bass here, thank you. Have a great day, everyone. Back to that. KC2JZE.
All righty, thank you, Bob. Have a great day yourself. Let's go to our aeronautical net controller N1CBM, Carlos in Hollywood, Florida. Hello, Carlos.
Morning, Al, Mark, everybody else. 49 degrees in Hollywood. 49, I can't believe that. It's cold for Florida standards. Anyways, beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky. A little breezy though, but it's great for flying. As for the question, no, I've never had one of those fishes, but wouldn't it be fun to have one of those things hanging by the cockpit door in the airplane? Anyways, everybody have a great day, N1CBN. Back to you, Al.
Well, Carlos, I think great idea. They're only $50 on Amazon. You know, money well spent. Have a great day, Carlos. Let's go to BE5REG, Reg in Craven, Saskatchewan, Canada. Good morning, Reg.
Yeah, good morning, Al, and everyone on the Brew. No, I've never owned a Billy Bass, but I did think they were pretty funny. Yeah, it was minus 27 here this morning, and but I'm thinking like you're thinking, Al, let's forget about the weather. V5REG back to net.
All right, thank you, Reg. Yep, weather's going to do what I'm going to get out in it here in just a little bit. We got some big drifts out in the driveway. We got some wind kicked up last night and kind of wreaked havoc on everything. BA3CRF, Vern in Waterdown, Ontario. Vern, tell me you're not out for your walk in this cold. Over.
Good morning, Al and Mark and everybody on the net. Yeah, I am out for a walk. It is minus 2 Fahrenheit, feeling like minus 10 with the wind chill. It's okay. You got enough layers on, you'll be okay. For the question of the day, I do not have one of those fish, but I am a big fan of Red Green, and I believe that he did have one in his Possum Lodge, whose motto was Quando omni fluncus moritatis, which means when all else fails, play dead. Hope everyone has a great day. Stay warm, everybody. VA3CRF.
Just remember, if they don't find you handsome, at least they can find you handy. Thanks, Vern. Be careful out there with your walk. Let's go to KG5 UFR Jacob at Farmers Branch, Texas. Hello, Jacob.
Well, good. Al and the rest of the net, KG5 UFR, Jacob here. Farmers Branch, just made it back to the house from work. Fed the dogs, took care of the cats, so we're doing good here. The one thing I don't have in the menagerie is a really big mouth bass. Now, I've wanted one, especially when they're popular. I really wanted one. I just never ended up with one. And I guess now the appeal has dwindled. But they are pretty nifty. A lot of people I knew had them, but I never did. I never had one. Closest I had was a dancing bear. It was kind of in the same vein, trying to get on the dancing animal market, I guess, the big mouth Billy bass. There we go. So it was a dancing bear, similar thing, but not quite the original. So anyway, that's it here. Thanks for picking me up, and back to you, Al. KG5 UFR.
All righty, thank you, Jacob. Have a great day. Let's J5 DXB Frank, Sugar Land, Texas. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning to you, Al, Mark, everybody in the Brew crew. Put me in the no category. Thanks for the check-in. Everybody stay warm and safe. KJ5 DXB. Back to you, Al.
All righty, thank you, Frank. Have a great day. Finally wrapping up this particular list, we got Micah, Florence, Alabama, AA4XM. Good morning, Micah.
Good morning. No, I've never had one of those fishes. I've had a couple of friends and people I've gone over their house, and that thing was pretty funny. But never desired to get one myself, and still don't. But yeah, it's cold here in Alabama for 18 degrees outside at this time. All right, I'll send it back in net. AA4XM.
All righty, thank you, Micah. Have yourself a great day. All right, we've been adding to this list. I'll tell you who we got so far via text. We got KR4AEG, Charles in Belmont, North Carolina. WA8CLG, Doug, Homosassa, Florida. KQ8U, our buddy Bob over in Ecorse. KD5RRJ, Dan in Kirbyville, Texas. KE4NTG, Walter, Hollywood. We got KJ5LJJ, Greg in Purvis. And we got AB4KT, Ken in the Villages in Florida. Let's add on to this list. This is Al, KABAC, along with Mark, KE2, EDS. Log them for me. Anybody anywhere want to get in on this round? Company call signs twice and slowly.
This is November 8, Mike Juliet, November, N8 MJN in the mobile.
W2 KJV,
Roger,
W2
for my paper
KJV.
log, slowly your call sign. M8 MZ.
C2 KHT.
MZ.
Kilo Charlie 2 Kilo Hotel Tango.
Kilo Alpha 5, Papa Uniform Delta. Kilo Alpha 5, Papa Uniform Delta.
And 5GI.
Juliet
And 5GI.
Yankee. Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Uniform.
Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo Charlie 3, Foxtrot Golf Delta.
Kilo India 5 Tango Golf Kilo. Kilo India 5 Tango Golf Kilo. David and Katie, Texas.
Alrighty, now that's a good list there. We had KI5TJK, TJK, goodness gracious. David in Baytown, Texas. KC3FGD, Ray Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. We had KJ5GUI, Guy in Harvey, Louisiana. M5GI, Rick in the Villages, Florida. KAPUD, Paul in Montgomery, Texas. We had KC2KHT, Henry in East Island, New York. W2KJB, Tony in Homosassa, Florida. And N8MJN, Marson in Sterling Heights. Mobile, Marson, we'll get right back to you. We also had K4PJM Perry in Leesburg, Florida, and W3ICQ Bob in Leesburg, Florida, checking in via text. All right. First of all, let's get Marson. He's running around Sterling Heights, Detroit area, N8MJN. Question of the day. Have you ever had a Billy Bass singing fish? One of them silly little fish that sits on your wall and sings, "Don't worry, be happy." Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, Al, and everybody on the morning brew. This is N8MJN. Driving through some nice cold weather, but roads have been cleared, and I plowed several driveways for my elderly neighbors yesterday, just trying to help them out in the bigger snow. That said, I don't recall ever having one of those bats, but I do remember when I was a kid watching all the infomercials on it, and yep, definitely hear that jingle. With that, everybody stay warm. To all those impacted by the storm, hopefully things passed over a lot smoother than the weatherman predicted for you. That said, I'll send it back to net control, 73s, N8MJN.
All right, thank you, Marson. Safe travels, my friend. Up all the way up to the top of the list and go to AB4KT, Kenneth in the Villages, Florida. Good morning.
Yeah, good. This is AB4KT, the Villages, Florida. No, I never had one. I thought they were hilarious, but I never actually wanted one. I just laughed like crazy every time I saw one. Everybody have a great day. Back to net, AB4KT.
Alrighty, thank you, Kenneth. That's kind of how I was. If somebody happened to have one on the wall, it was funny. Don't want one on my wall, though. Let's go to KJ5, LJJ, Greg in Purvis, Mississippi. Greg.
Hey, good morning, Brew Crew. It is 20 degrees here in the Deep South. To the question of the day, the answer is no. I haven't had one. This is KJ5, LJJ. Back to you, net control.
Alrighty, thank you, Mr. Greg. Have a great day. Go to KE4, NTG, Walter in Hollywood, Florida. Hello, Walter.
Good morning to you and everybody else on the Brew. This is KE4, NTG, Hollywood, Florida. And I just happen to be at Memorial Regional Hospital looking up at our repeaters. So everybody's coming in outstanding. Aye. Nope, I actually bought one of those fish at a garage sale and for like $2. And I don't know if I gave it to someone or whatever, but I never put it up on my wall. Just want to, by the way, just to let everybody know, it's started off at 49 degrees here this morning, and it's now 55, going up a high of only 62 today in South Florida. So that's chilly for us. So, this is KE4 NTG, back to net control. Everybody have a wonderful day. 7-3.
Alrighty, thank you, Walter. Yeah, 62. I think I'd be in shorts and t-shirt by that time. Let's go to KD5, RRJ, Dan in Kirbyville, Texas. Good morning, Dan.
This is KD5RRJ. Good morning, sir, and the rest of the Brew. Appreciate y'all being there on this fine, cold, and chilly morning. This is unusual for us. And for the question of the day, no, those came out when I was probably in junior high. And some of my friends' dads had bought them, but my dad just couldn't see spending that much money on something so frivolous. So we never had one, and then by the time I had my own house, that's kind of interesting that the blast from the past has come back and they're available once again. But at the price you mentioned earlier, I don't see me purchasing that anyway. So my dad was probably right, and there's better things I could spend that money on. Have a great day. This is KD5RRJ. Back to net.
All right, thank you, Dan. Yeah, $50. You can buy another Baofeng, or two, or three. All righty, this is Al, KABAC. Looks like Mark, KE2EDS, is kind of taking off. Pass the torch over to Bill, N2BH. He's going to be logging for me. Thanks, Mark, for what you do. Let's go to KQAU, our buddy Bob over in Ecorse, Michigan. Good morning, Bob. You ever have one of those Billy Bass singing fish?
Morning, Al, Bill, and everybody on the net. I never had one. I remember the cats. I'm going to have to start running all day now, but 6 degrees here. I got to get up and out. Everybody have a good day. KQAU, back to net.
Well, Bob, I'm sort of disappointed. I would have thought if anybody would have had a Billy Bass singing fish, it would have been you. All right, thank you, man. Have a great day. We'll catch you later on. WA8CLG, Doug in Homosassa, Florida. Good morning.
This is WA8CLG. Very good morning, everybody. And no, I did not personally own one. I do remember, though, somebody brought one into the office one time, and it squawked away for a while, and pretty soon everybody was hollering, "Throw it back!" And but we got a few laughs out of it anyway. Everybody have a good day. Tony, have a good one. WA8CLG. Back to you, Al.
I can see where that get real old real quick. Thanks for checking in this morning, Doug. Let's go to KR4AEG Charles in Belmont, North Carolina. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, Al. Everybody on the crew. It's chilly 10 degrees here in Belmont this morning.
Yes, I did have the singing fish. The laugh just didn't last very long. After a few days, it wasn't nowhere near as funny as it was when I seen it on TV. KR4 AEG back to net.
All righty, thank you, Charles. Have a great day. Let's go to one of our facilitators, Tony, in Homosassa, Florida, W2KJV. Good morning, Tony.
Morning, Al. Good morning, everyone on the Morning Brew, and special good morning to my friend Doug in Homosassa. No, never owned a Billy Bass. Kind of would like one now after hearing how it sang and stuff, but I'm wondering if anyone remembers the esoteric Bass-O-Matic that Dan Aykroyd used to advertise. Anyways, hope everyone has a great day. 7-3 all, W2KJV. Back to you, Al.
All right, thank you, Tony. Yes, I do remember that. Have a great day. Let's go to KC2, KHT Henry in East Islip, New York. Good morning, Henry.
This is KC2, KHT. And it would bring, I'd see the commercial, bring a smile to my, but never enough to even desire to have one. So back to the net, KC2, KHT out.
All right, thank you, Henry. Have a great day. Got you down for a no. Let's go to Paul in Montgomery, Texas, KA5PUD. Good morning, Paul.
Morning, Al, and the rest of the Brew crew. No, I never had one. I remember them on TV and being advertised quite a bit, but never felt the need to get one. So back to net, KA5PUD.
Good afternoon. The time is 1:30 p.m. Weather conditions:
right,
light
thank you, Paul.
rain, temperature 7 degrees.
Well, we know it's 7 degrees in Grand Rapids. Let's go to M5GI Rick in the Villages, Florida. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Al, and everyone on the Brew crew. Just got back from walking our dog, and it's a very cold 31 degrees here in the Villages with light wind, so I don't know what the wind chill is, but it's cold. Much colder than what we're used to around here, but it's a beautiful day, clear blue sky. As for the question of the day, no, we've never had Billy Bass the fish. And if I'd have brought that home, I'd have probably been kicked out. So we're not going down that road. It's nice that I have my radios, and nobody complains about that. So we'll leave it at that. Back to net. This is N5GI in the Villages.
All right, thank you, Rick. Have a great day. Let's go to KJ5GUY, Guy in Harvey, Louisiana. Good morning, Guy.
Good morning, Al. It's KJ5GUY, and good morning to all the Brew crew out there. And Ray, I gotta tell you, Ray, I love that call sign. And 5GI. You had to have been in the military. Anyway, to answer the question, no, I never had an inkling to own one of those Billy Bass fish things. The last time I think I saw one was at the police range where we had qualified on our sidearms. Must have been about 10 years ago, maybe 15, give or take. But no, I'm back to you, net control. KJ5, call here from Yankee. Lazy Liberal, really.
All right, thank you, Guy. Have a great morning, sir. Let's go to KC3 FGD Ray in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Ray.
Hey, good morning, Al. Everyone on the net. No, never had one. When they were real popular, almost purchased one, but it did not happen. Everyone have a great day. 5 degrees here in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Back to net.
All right, thank you, Ray. Have a great day. Stay warm. Let's go to Baytown, Texas, KI5TGK. David, good morning. KI5TGK. David, Baytown, Texas. Are you with me?
Kilo, David over here. Yes, I did have one, and I got it just to aggravate you know what, out of my wife at the time, so I did have one, and it aggravated her, and it's probably why I'm single now.
All right, thanks for checking in this morning, David. You have a great day out there, sir. All right, we got W3 ICQ Bob in Leesburg, Florida. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Al. Nope, we had no singing fish and no Billy Bass fish. Back to you, W3 ICQ. Everybody have a good day today.
All righty, thanks, Bob. Have a great day yourself. And our other Leesburg, Florida guy, Perry, K4PJM. Good morning.
Morning, Al and Mark and everybody else on the Brew and my unofficial login buddy Bob, because it's about the fourth or fifth time we were paired up in Leesburg like that, so that's been interesting. As far as the fish, I know we had one a long time ago. Don't know where we got it, don't know where it went. Thank God it's gone. Really, it was just one of those things to buy one day, I guess. K4 PJM, back to net.
All righty. Thank you, Perry. Have a great day. Looks like we had some more text check-ins creep in here while we were talking. We had NW4Q Jim in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. N7FGP Scott, Jamestown, New York. We got W2EM Chuck. I know he's down in Florida still, hopefully. WP4VW Milton, Conroe, Texas. Let's add to this list anybody, anywhere. Company call signs twice and slowly.
Kilo 4, Delta India Yankee. Kilo 4, Delta India Yankee.
KJ5WGR, KJ5WGR, Houston.
November 3, Mike Delta Charlie. November 3, Mike Delta Charlie.
C2LEF, KC2LEF Mobile. In and out. Everybody have a good day.
November 1, Whiskey Echo Bravo, N1 WEB.
Well, alrighty, that's a good place to hold it up right there. I'm going to tell you who we got. We got N1 WEB Weapons, Tennessee. We got KC2LEF Ray, Gettsville, New York. He was in and out. And Mobile Safe Travel, sir. Have a great day. Thanks for checking in. We had N3 MDC Michael, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. KJ5WGR Walter in Houston, Texas. KK4DIY Gene in Homosassa, Florida. KAVKY Vicky over there in Lambertville, Michigan, right across the field from us. One of our team members here. The glue that holds us all together. We got KC2JPQ Frank in Lancaster. He's checking in via text, as well as VE5RJM Randy in Kenora, Saskatchewan. But now, before we get going, I distinctly heard somebody trying to check in from Moose Jaw. Come back with your call sign twice and slowly.
Alpha 3, Kilo Tango Juliet, Victor Alpha 3, Kilo Tango Juliet, in and out.
5 Tango Mexico, Tom in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan.
Now see, I knew I heard that, Tom, because there ain't no other place on the entire planet that sounds like Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. So that just cut right through everything. And who's that other station that tried to get in?
Victor Alpha 3, Kilo Tango Juliet, Victor Alpha 3, Kilo Tango Juliet, in and out.
All righty, we got you, Jensuk. Thanks for sticking your head in and saying good morning to us, sir. You have a great day. All righty, let's jump up to the top of this list. Just a little reminder, question of the day. Have you ever had one of those Billy Bass singing fish? Those fish that hang on your wall and sing things like "Don't Worry, Be Happy." Let's jump all the way up to WP4VW Milton in Conroe, Texas. Good morning, Mr. Milton.
Good morning, mi amigo, to you and everybody listening WP4. Hi, I should hear myself now. Good morning.
Uh-oh, Milton, you disappeared on us. You want to try again? WP4VW, you still with us, Milton?
All right, how about now? Can you hear me?
Hey, there you are. Good morning, Milton.
Roger, good morning. It'll be funny to have one of those, except, the thing is that all of a sudden your Teams call or Zoom call and that thing starts sounding, they're going to say, weirdo. Anyhow, back to you, the control. Thank you for the opportunity and stay safe in this WP4 Victor Whiskey. Adios.
All righty, thank you, Milton. Have a great day. Let's go to Chuck, W2EM. Good morning.
Good morning, Al, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew group down here. Yeah, down here in South Florida, it's 37. A little bit of a drop. As far as Billy Bass, no, I never had one. And as far as that, I never had a chia pet or a pet rock. So I guess I've had a very deprived. But what can you do? Back to net, W2EM.
All righty, thank you, Chuck. Yep, I'm along that same school. Never had any of that stuff. Let's go to N7FGP. Scott, Jamestown, New York. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Al and Bill, and thanks everybody for being out there. Here in Jamestown, it's 2 degrees, but it feels like -13, so there's that. Now, did I ever have a Billy Bass? Well, no, but I always wanted one because you can do this really cool hack now and hack Alexa right into it. So you ask Alexa something and Billy answers. Back to you.
All righty, yeah, I've seen the video of that, and that would be kind of intriguing. All right, let's go to Jim, NW4Q in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Jim, hope you're doing all right down there. I've seen some pretty crazy pictures coming out of that area.
Good morning, Al. Yeah, it's been pretty rough here for about 3 days. Let's see, I'm a negative on the question today, even though I have seen those and enjoyed them.
All righty, thanks for checking in this morning, Jim. Yeah, I got to call my buddy up in Franklin to see if he still has power. Let's go to one of our facilitators, Vicky. Miss Vicky in Lambertville, Michigan, KEABKY. Good morning.
Good morning. No, never had one. Played with them in the store, but I left them in the store. KAPKY.
All righty, thank you, Vicky. Have a good morning. Let's go to KK4DIY. Gene in Homosassa, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning. This is KK4DIY. Gene in Homosassa. And yes, I did have a Billy Bass. I thought it was a hoot, especially if you've been drinking. Back to you, my friend. KK4 DIY.
All righty, thank you, Gene. Have a great day. Let's go to Walter in Houston, Texas, KJ5WGR. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone from Houston. A little bit chilly in the mid-20s. Definitely no singing fish on the walls in my house. I would be in big trouble if I tried to get away with that one. Everyone have a good day. Be safe. Back to net control.
All right, thank you, sir. Have a great day yourself. Let's go to N3MDC Michael in Winston-Salem. Good morning, Michael.
Well, good morning, Al. No, Al, I have never had one of those. I would love to have one of those, but I probably wouldn't have one ever, but I've never had one. Here you go, Al, N3MDC.
All righty, thank you, Michael. Have a great day. Let's jump down to N1WEB Webb in Collierville, Tennessee. Good morning, Webb.
Thank you, Al and Bill. Good morning to the net. Yes, I had one, and I miss it. When you poked it in the side, it would sing that song, Take Me to the River. And I gave it up once. There was a restaurant in downtown Memphis called the Flying Fish, and they would take a trade. If you gave them a Billy Bass, they would give you a free meal. So I took them up on that, and unfortunately, I believe that restaurant closed last year, so I don't know what happened to my Billy Bass. Somebody got a truckload of them, and one WEB back to the net.
All righty, thank you, Webb. That sounds pretty interesting. Have a great day. All right, let's go to KC2JPQ, Frank in Lancaster. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Al, and everybody on the Morning Brew here. Never had a Billy Bass, so I seen it on the commercials. I remember the commercials and stuff. Never got inspired to get one. It's a nice, warm 6 degrees over here today, Lancaster, New York. So everybody in the country stay warm and have a great day. KC2JPQ.
All righty, Frank, have a great day yourself, sir. Let's go to Randy in Kenora, Saskatchewan, E5RJM. Good morning.
Yeah, very good morning, and yes, we had one, don't know whatever happened to it, though. I've been trying to think what we did with it, but it just didn't go back up one day. I think the battery went low or something like that, and just never replaced it, so I don't know, I can't remember. Anyways, back to net.
All right, thank you, Randy. Have a great day. Yes, those things end up in a box in the attic somewhere. Let's jump over to another part of Saskatchewan. VA5TM, Tom in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning to the net. Very cold temperature here in southwest Florida, about 41 degrees. Just checking in. Have a nice day.
All righty, thank you, Tom. Have a great day yourself. Florida's a good place to be if you're from Moose Jaw. Looks like we had some more text check-ins roll in. We had KD9YUZ Jimmy in Wakarusa, KM4CTB Donnie in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, K4ITA Leo in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and WB1DXN Darrell in Concord, New Hampshire. We got about 12 more minutes. Let's get some more check-ins to anybody, anywhere. Coming to call signs twice and slowly.
Whiskey 10-1 Juliet, 10-1 CJ.
KF8, DIC. KF8, Detroit, Rock City.
November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo. November 4, Romeo Hotel Echo.
Kilo Romeo. KB5 JSF. KB5 JSF. Romeo 4, Golf Zulu Victor in Orlando. In and out.
Kilo Quebec 4 Hotel Echo Foxtrot KQ4 HEF in and out.
Kilo Juliet 5 India Mike Whiskey KJ5 IMW in and out.
2 Oscar Foxtrot Romeo W2OF.
Kilo Juliet 5 November Uniform Lima.
November 6
Kilo
Papa
Juliet
Papa
5
Papa in
November
and out.
Uniform Lima.
November 6 Papa 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 in and out.
Let's hold it up right there, because I know there was maybe some triples in there. First of all, in and out stations, we had N6 PPP Chris in Maryland, and we had KJ5 IMW Robert in Houston, Texas. They were both in and out. And there was another station in and out in there. That other station, come with your call sign twice and slowly, we can get you in for in and out.
Kilo Romeo 4, Golf Zulu Victor. Kilo Romeo 4, Golf Zulu Victor, in and out.
All right, we got Victor in Orlando, Florida, KRGZV, Victor. Thanks for checking in, guys. Have a great day. I'll tell you who else we got here. We got KJ5NUL, Devin, Austin, Texas. We had W2OF, but I think that's not a complete call sign, maybe. Was W2OF a complete call sign, or was there another letter in there?
W2OFR Whiskey 2 Oscar Foxtrot Romeo.
That's what I thought. All right. We got you in there. It's updating here. KQ, well, that's OF. That's Mark in Killingsworth. Okay. KQ4HEF Keith, Thompson, Georgia. We had KV5JSF Jeffrey, Lake Charles, Louisiana. N4RHE Roger Ham Enthusiast in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. KF8 Detroit Rock City Jack in Rochester, Michigan. We had KF8 BPD John in Coopersville, Michigan. We had N1 YKT Johnny in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. And we got the rest of them here. This is LKABAC along with Bill N2BH logging for me. Question of the day, guys. Have you ever had one of those Billy Bass singing fish? Fish that you press the belly and it sings you something. Let's go to Daryl in Concord, New Hampshire, WB1DXN. Good morning, Daryl.
Good morning to Bill and Al and all the rest of the morning crew. The quick answer is no. I had a tough time fishing, so I would not have even known where to go fishing for one of those things. I think one of my sister-in-law's husband had one, something like that at one time. Not sure. But hey, if you want to, you could probably do some ice fishing in Lake Winnipesaukee by now. Or and maybe a bunch of other places up in the northern areas, because here it looks like about 9 degrees and feels like 2, and it's going to get colder. Everybody have a safe day, WB1DXN.
All righty, thank you, Daryl. Have a great day yourself. Let's go to K4ITA Leo in Fort Lauderdale. Good morning, Leo.
Morning. Good morning, Al and Mark. Good morning from the beautiful Fort Lauderdale. 54 degrees this morning. Oh, wow. Yesterday, 74, and today is 54. Good thing is 100% sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. And, well, no, I never had that thing. I mean, I like them. They are nice, but never had one. Everybody, great day. K4ITA.
All righty, thank you, Leo. Have a great morning. Let's go to Donnie in Jacksonville Beach, KM4 CTB. Good morning, Donnie.
Good
Good morning, Al, Bill, and everybody on the net. AM4CTB, Donnie in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. Man, they left the door open. 29 degrees here this morning. That's just not right. May have to wear the fuzzy flip-flops today. You can put me down as a no on the singing fish there. I don't think I've ever had one of those. Don't really intend to get one. We'll find something else to hang on the wall. And thanks for running the net. Have a good day and stay warm, Al. AM4CTB, back to net.
All right, thanks, Donnie. Yep, that's the plan today, buddy. Let's go to KD9, YUZ Jimmy, Bruce, Indiana. Good morning, Jimmy.
On the, out there, 17 degrees here in the frosty nation of Wakarusa. Yeah, the kids did give me one of those some years back, and to be honest with you, I forgot I even had it till this came up this morning. You know, they're a lot of fun about the first 10 times you hear it, and then after that it tends to get kind of nauseating. So I'm sure he went up in the attic where he belonged. Everybody have a good, safe day. KD9YUZ, back to net.
All right, thank you, Jimmy. Have a great day. Let's go to John in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, N1YKT. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I got one in clearance for $7 and played it every single time I could to annoy the ex-wife. Maybe that's why she's an ex-wife. N1YKT clear.
All right, thank you, Johnny. Have a great day. Let's go to W8BD, Brian in Warren, Michigan. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Al. Good morning, Mark. When I was younger, my father would not allow one of those in his house. And by the time I was an adult and bought my own, I couldn't stand it anymore. Everybody have a great day. W8BPD, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Brian. Have a great day yourself, sir. Let's go over to Rochester, KF8, Detroit Rock City. Jack, good morning, Jack. KF8, DR, Jack, are you with me? He must have fallen off the repeater. Let's go to N4RHE, Roger, down in Fort Lauderdale. Good morning, Roger.
KBC, good morning, Al. I enjoy your quick wit. November 4, Rumitel Echo. No fish. I have a box set of The Sopranos where Meadow gives Tony one of those fish as a Christmas gift right after he threw a double crosser off the back of the Stugat to sleep with the fishes. November 4, Roger M. Enthusiast. Return to net.
All right, thank you, Roger. Have a great day. Let's go to KB5JSF, Jeffrey, Lake Charles, Louisiana. Good morning, Jeff.
Hey, good morning, Al, and everybody. Thank you for doing the net. No, it's going to be a no for me. I've never owned one of the singing fish. I've seen them before, but don't own one. Don't plan on getting one. It's 28 degrees in Cameron, Louisiana. I hope everybody stays warm today. And this is KB5JSF, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Jeffrey. Have a great day. Stay warm, sir. KQ4HEF, Keith, Thompson, Georgia. Good morning.
Good morning. KQ4HEF, Keith in Thompson, Georgia. And where we had like 17 degrees this morning, but hopefully going up to about 40. That answer to the question is negative, and y'all have a good day. KQ4HEF.
All right, thank you, Keith. Have a great day. Let's go to Mark in Killingsworth, W2OFR. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, everyone on the Brew crew. Thanks for having me today. I have not had one of those singing fishes, although I vaguely recall a friend had one that broke, and we might have used
some fireworks to demolish it off. We couldn't stand that thing. Anyway, hope everyone has a nice day. Back to you at Net Control. WQFR 73.
Well, that sounds like proper disposal of your singing fish right there. KJ6NUL, Gary in San Marcos, California. Good morning. KJ6NUL, are you with us? All right, we'll mark them in and out. Let's jump down to KF8, DJQ, Kevin in Bowling Green, checking in via text. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning. Caught me with a mouthful of biscotti. No would be the answer to the question this morning. You do? KF8, DJQ, back to Nat.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Have a great day. And we got W2CJM, Charles in Selden, New York. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, everybody on the crew. The answer is no. Thanks for doing the net. Have a great day.
All right, thank you, Charles. Have a great day yourself. Next up, we WB5ITT, Chris in Beaumont, checking in via text. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, sir, and to the rest of the morning brew. Hopefully you copy me a lot better than yesterday. I was on the handheld with the new QTH, and outside antennas up. It's 27, we had a low of 25, and I'm still waiting for the water crew to show up to repair the busted line from yesterday. Oh, fun. Anyhow, I have never owned one of the Billy Bass, but I got a short, quick story. Back when I was chief engineer of Clear Channel, Dallas, around 2001, yeah, 2001, 2000, served on a jury in Dallas where Utica Lloyd's was suing Gemini Industries, who makes the Billy Bass, for fraud. And anyhow, it was about a four-week-long trial. They called experts in, and I wish I could tell you some of the more details, especially some of the funny stuff that we pulled in the courtroom that made the judge laugh. But we ended up awarding Utica Lloyd's $850,000 back out of a $2 million claim. It was a nasty thing, but every time I see those Billy Bass commercials, I just laugh at it. So always a good memory. Hope everybody is having a good Tuesday morning, and we'll catch y'all later, WB5ITT.
All righty, thank you, Chris. Have a great morning. Let's go to KD2IWN, Tim in Hamburg. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, Alan. Vicky, I thought I'd sneak in on the text line. Just got so busy here. I want to say those were from the 80s. Tom had one. When I was in high school, I think he had gotten one, or at some point. This was in the late 80s. But I ended up inheriting it. I didn't own it, but I inherited it. I think mine sings Rolling Down the River. Don't Worry, Be Happy. I'm pretty sure that's the one it sings. And I still have it. It's in my garage, and I have it proudly. 73 all. Enjoy your day. KD2IWN.
All righty, thank you, Tim. Have a great day. Finally wrapping up this net. Jack's back. KF8DRC. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, Al. Good morning, everyone. Yes, we used to have one on the 80s, and my brother didn't like it. He threw it out in the garbage because he said it make too much noise. And that's all I have for you, Al. Have a good day. KF8, Detroit Rock City.
All righty, thank you, Mr. Jack, and stay warm today, sir. Well, that wraps this one up. It's a little bit after 9 o'clock. This is Al, KABAC, along with Bill, N2BH, Mark, E2EDS, and the rest of the Brew Crew team and the East Coast Reflector. We'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in this morning. We now return to East Coast Reflector to normal amateur radio use. 73, everybody.
KJ5, Charlie Zulu.
to KI Mobile, New York.
Good morning. This is KF4, Hogan H, Gainesville, Florida.
Hey, good morning, Gainesville. How are you? From New York. New York. Boy, I'll tell you, I'm driving out here on 84. Conditions are not too bad. The road's in pretty decent shape. But man, is it cold. It's only 15 degrees. Count them, 15. Name here is Anthony. Over.
Roger. The name here is Paul. Got a temperature now of 31. It got down to 27, but it's 31 here.
Yeah, very good, Paul. Nice to make your acquaintance. How did you make out with this storm that came across the country? Did you get any of that rain down there?
Very little, very little.
Roger that. What's today? Today's Tuesday. It started snowing for this storm. It started snowing Saturday night. I don't know, probably around 10 o'clock or so. And it just kept going until yesterday morning. Ended up with 18 and a half inches of snow. Ooh, I'll tell you, two rounds of cleanup to open up the driveway. I had a fairly large driveway. It took a little doing, but fortunately the snow thrower ate right through it because the snow, it wasn't heavy. It was very light and fluffy. So the thrower really tossed a pretty good distance. So that worked out well.
That's good. Well, snow, we don't really have that to worry about here in Florida.
At least not yet, anyway, the way things are going. I mean, you look at Dallas. Dallas had snow on Sunday, I think, or Monday. I think it was Sunday. They had snow. I don't generally associate snow with Dallas.
Some places here in Florida gets a little bit of snow, but where I live, we don't get anything like that.
Yeah, yep. Well, I have a house down in Hallandale, which is South Florida, and it's it's always warm there. In the wintertime when you get days like now, February and January. You usually just stay in the 70s during the day, maybe the low 70s, mid 70s, something like that.
Roger. Well, have weather like this, I always leave my water faucets drip, and I turn the heat on in the RV because I don't want nothing to freeze up in it.
Oh yeah, think of the mess that would make. Not good. Not good. Hey, I've had the wood burning stove going on now for about 3 or 4 months, and even though it's warming the house very nicely, it's keeping the thermostats at bay, so that means there's no hot water running through the baseboard. So periodically I'll have to kick up the thermostat to well above the rating temperature so that it just pushes some water through to keep anything from freezing. I do the same here, especially when the ones that go on the outside walls.
Roger. Well, I heat my home with electric. My air conditioner has a heat pump and heat strips, and it works very nicely here.
Yeah, what about those, I forget what they're called, a cooling pump or a heating pump, I think it is. They actually, they run the lines down under the ground to cool, and they actually cool the house like an air conditioner with really cutting the cost of electric quite dramatically. Did you ever hear of those or see those?
I've heard of them, but I myself have never had a setup like that. I've always had an air conditioner that heats and cools. Got a heat strips and a heat pump, and that's all I've ever had.
Our system, that would make sense then. Yeah, I've got a regular air conditioner system at the house, and then in this baseboard heating, so I unfortunately have to heat with oil, and that's getting darn expensive.
My bill, it runs kind of high sometimes. Times like this here during the year, about $200 a month.
Yeah, that's about what I pay just for my electric bill, $250, somewhere around there. But then, if I got to get an oil delivery, depending upon what's happening in the rest of the world, that can range anywhere from $400 to $700.
A little on the expensive side.
Yeah, you think? Oh boy. Anyway, Paul, you sound good up there. I'm running off a Raspberry Pi 4, a Shari Pi hat here in the vehicle, and it's connected to the mobile Wi-Fi. Not the cell phone Wi-Fi, the mobile Wi-Fi. And you're sounding pretty good.
Sounding really good also, your full quieting. I'm using a ICOM 706 Mark II-G. I bought two of those radios back when they were production. One's in my truck and one's here in the house. I use it to do this link. I'm only putting out 2 watts of power. The antenna is a 2-meter 440 mag mount stuck on top of my mobile home, and it works really good.
Yeah, I had that radio when it was in production. I had it in a, that's a great radio, by the way. One of the radios over the years. I had that in a pickup truck, and I was working HF with that. I had, at the time, there was a company called Amcom. I don't know if you remember them, but they used to make those auto controllers that would hook up to the that 4-pin Molex connector on the radio frame, and it would actually read what the actual SWR is that the radio was seeing, and it would control the Tar Heel screwdriver antenna up or down, whichever way it had to go. I got to tell you, that was the best mobile setup I ever had, and I loved it. I worked so much HF from the vehicle. It worked so well, even on 80 meters, believe it or not. All right, it wasn't a bang-up signal on 80, but everything else, I mean, 6 right through 20, and even 40 for that. It worked really, really well.
Now, my pickup truck, it's a big Ford truck. I have a ham stick. I have a ham stick for 20 meters, 40 meters, 10, 12, one for just about every band except for 160. Even the 80-meter ham stick works fairly well, but not as good as the others. But that's what I use for an antenna on my pickup truck.
Yeah, very good, Paul. I think there's another breaking station in it that wants to join in. This is N2KI. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just, I'm fairly new to this Ecolink stuff, and my call sign is Julius Papa 3 Quebec Kilo Hotel, and I'm operating from Tokyo, Japan, and I just find you guys talking there, so I just, let me just watch for a while and to get myself familiarized the conversation on that Ecolink, so just, treat me as a bystander, it's fine.
right, very good. Well, chime in if you want, not a problem. Name here is Anthony, and the call's N2KI, and I'm speaking with Paul down in Gainesville, Florida. Anyway, I used to, before I had the ICOM 706 Mark II G set up with the ANCOM and the Tar Heel, I had the same setup. I had ham sticks. And at the time, a friend of mine turned me on to this. You remember Texas Bug Catcher, right? They had these coils. It was like a loading coil. And you can attach that to a regular, let's say, a lip mount on a vehicle for the trunk. And there was the Texas Bug Catcher quick disconnects. I don't know if you remember those. They were solid brass, great connection points for radios. Anyway, they had this quick disconnect that inside of the this loading coil, and it had specific tap points for each ham stick to tune out all of the reactants, so you had more or less a 50 ohm resistance there. So it gave you the best possible chance of getting as much RF out as possible, as it tuned out all the reactants. That was the setup that I had, Paul. Over.
I remember those very well, what you're talking about, but I've never had one. Like I said, I've always used the ham sticks, and I've always had pretty good luck with them. That other station, what did he say his QTH is?
Sorry, I'm operating in Japan, and my call sign is Julius Papa 3 Quebec Kilo Hotel, JP3 QKH, and operating from Tokyo. And I just downloaded this thing, and I try to get them, like I say, want to get them familiarized with this. But I was an HL operator, and I call sign Jamie for Japan Sugar Victor, and I was doing a DX. But due to the fact that I had to move to Tokyo, I had to sell all of my remote station, like Henry amps and 5 Miyagi, and so that's the reason why. And when I was in that station, I was working with all the North American stations, so I kind of, good old memories, and I try to watch. And I'm into your conversations, so that's the reason why I'm here. But don't worry about me, just keep carrying on. Sorry to disturb you guys.
KB5BAO comment.
Station, this is N2KI.
ICOM IC706. Not the Mark II G, I don't think. But on mine, I just had antenna, wire antenna, length of wire in the antenna tuner that came with it. And I had a ball with it until, unfortunately, something happened to it where I don't own, where the position of it anymore.
6 is a very good radio. The one I'm talking on now, it bellied up, it quit, but there's a Hamtran of mine that don't live too far from me. He completely reconditioned it, and he did a fabulous job. It works really good now.
The only gripe I have about them is you had to get, if you couldn't see them to read the screen on them, you had to get a special chip, a special board installed into them so that they would read some of the units prompts and stuff, power levels, SWRs, stuff like that.
Never had that problem with either one of mine.
I think he's on not the Mark II G, Paul. He said he's just on the regular 706, the original one.
Mine's the MK2G. Both of mine are.
Unfortunately, mine grew an unauthorized set of legs and found other home. My IC706, and because I'm visually impaired, I needed the speech board put in separate.
Roger. Well, I have a ham radio friend lives across town. He had the original 706. Well, the screen on it, it just got to where it couldn't see anything on it. Well, I had an old junked out 706. It was a Mark II G, and I gave him the head of it, and it fit right on there, and it works great. He's had no trouble with it since then.
If I could find another one,
Paul, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, that's good. I didn't have any trouble with mine at all. That was one of the first radios that, for me, I started getting into a lot of menus and things of the sort, menu-driven stuff, which, like today is the commonplace. But the radio I had before that was a Yaesu, and I don't remember, FTM 450, 400, I don't remember, 350, I don't remember the number, but it had a blue screen. Oh, man, that thing was more trouble than it was worth.
My very first ham radio was a Yazoo FT840. It was a base station, and it worked really good. And I finally moved on to something a little bit better, which was a 706. And I never went back. Now my big HF station here is an Icom 7300, and I have a ALS 600 watt solid state amp for that one, and the antenna for it is a homemade dipole, and it works really good. KO4ONH.
4ONH and 2KI. Yep, just so long as you can get it resonant where you want to operate, that's it. I've been using, I've had a lot of antennas, but my latest setup, I have an 80-meter OCF that I've been using, on 80 meters only, but you can pretty much make all the frequency excursions you want, with the exception of really 17 meters, and you can do 15, but you've got to keep the power level down because it's just high voltages on it. But I've got a 160 inverted L, a regular 30 meter. I've got a Force 12 beam, which handles 6 through 20 meters. That's on a tower at 40 feet. So far, it's been working pretty good.
Right, well, my dipole I made is 250 feet from end to end, center fed with ladder line coming into my house, coming off a 50-foot Ron tower. And I can work 160. I can pretty much work about all the bands on this radio here, and I feed it through a 10-tech tuner. And model number is 238B, is in Bravo. And it'll handle it to about 3,000 watts of power, because I don't run that much power, but it'll handle that much.
It's nice to have a beefier system, even though you're not using it all, but that's good. Very good. Well, I'll tell you, HF has been, past month really, you've seen some of those conditions have been absolutely horrendous. I've never seen the A up like it, 170 something the other day, and K was at an 8 or a 9. I don't think I've ever seen them that high together.
Well, there's a group of us that meet every morning about 3:30 on 75 meters, 38, 28. Some of them's in different states, and we all sit around and chat with each other while we have.
3:30 in the morning, Paul? Oh my God, I'd never make it.
Well, I'm used to those kind of hours. I retired the first time in 2007. I worked 2 full-time law enforcement jobs. I get 3, maybe 4 hours of sleep at most. So, I'm accustomed to getting up early every morning like that there.
Yeah, I would imagine that would allow you to keep those kind of hours. You get used to it. Now, I had the typical daytime and evening time job where I was in the medical industry, and we weren't doing any overnight shifts. Although there are, but I just never did anything like that. So, but yeah, I just recently retired back in October. So I'm a newbie for retirement.
Roger. Well, after I retired from law enforcement, I went to work for this grocery store called Publix. I worked for them for 10 years and retired from there about 6 years ago. I'm 75 years old now, so I'm enjoying my ham radio and my travel trailer.
Very good. Yeah, Publix, I know them. There's one around the corner from me in Hallandale. They're all over the place down there, but yep, I know them. But I was in the pharmacy industry for 44 years, and I finally decided to pull the pin last October. I said, you know what? 44 years is long enough, and I had just turned 63 when I decided to pull the pin. So I'm only 63, but it was time.
Roger. Well, I know what you mean. I worked, like I said, 37 years, but that was 2 full-time jobs. I averaged 16 hours a day, so I didn't want to work in law enforcement anymore, so I got my retirement and got out. The law enforcement is not like it was back in the day. It's changed a lot. Anyway, I enjoyed working in the grocery store. I finally decided I'd just give that up and just enjoy my retirement now, what time I have left here on Earth, because you never know.
Yeah, that's good. Your law enforcement career, was that all in Gainesville or a different state or different part of the state?
I have spent all my 75 years right here in Gainesville, born and raised and worked here.
Oh, that's nice. I bet you know a lot of people from the area that you still see around.
I also got to know a lot of people, places like judges and lawyers, from my law enforcement experience.
Yeah, I imagine that could come in handy from time to time.
I'll say this here. I never paid for the advice from a lawyer. Since I knew the judges, I just asked them.
There you go. That's a good one. N2KI, I'm going to leave a break here and see if anybody wants to chime in.
Bob for a short KK4 MOW, Orange City, Florida.
Mike 6 India Kilo Queen.
How about that, Paul? We got a whole bunch of listeners. That's great. I'm going to take a standby here. The other station that's in Florida, go ahead and pick it up, and I think there's a Mike India 6 or Mike 6 that's out there, and pick them up. I'm going to take a standby here. I'm out on 84 West into Pennsylvania, and I got about 4 miles to go for my exit. And I can almost guarantee you that when I get off that exit, those side roads are not going to be easily travelable with the snow that's up here. The highway is okay, but get off these side roads, it's going to be a different story. The other station in Florida, go ahead, there's N2KI. I'm going to stand by here.
Sure.
Mike, Gainesville Radio. I forgot your call. I didn't really pay attention the other day on that. I don't. Hey, Mike. I think it's Mike. I thought it was Bob, but Mike over there in Gainesville, KK4MOW.
Oh, Papa Alpha Uniform Lima Paul in Gainesville, KF4ONH.
Hey, so you talk on 3828. Do you know a guy, W4RSR?
I don't recognize the call sign. You know his name?
It's because he gets on that Brew there with you guys. I know that's the one, but I was going to get you to tell him hello. He can come and say hello to us.
Know his name?
Oh, his name is Randy.
Oh, yeah. I talk to him every morning. He's on there.
Hello, Mojo. Tell him Mojo. He'll know. Tell him you talked to me on the East Coast Reflector to come over here every once in a while. He's a local over here on D-Land. He's not really far from me, but I never hear from him anywhere. He's not even on 10 meters, 11 meters, nothing anymore. He sticks it out a lot. He does a lot of license tests. He's a VC, so he's real busy. He loves that stuff. Yeah, it's W4RSR. That's his name, his initials for his name. But okay.
I used to be a VE, and I was a VE for a long time, and I just got kind of burned out on it, so I give it up.
Paul, I'll get back out of the way. Good to hear you again this morning. I'm always listening, but I'm always playing 11 meters, so I just keep this one on to hear things. All right, Paul, have a good day. I'll try to pay attention this time. I don't have my pen and paper with me, but I'll pay attention a little more, Paul. I'll get used to it. KK4MOW. Have a good day. Stay warm.
Joe, have a good day. KF4ONH.
And I'm going to pay attention to the roads. Great talking with you, and look forward to chatting with you again next time I'm out on the road. Take care. All the best. N2KI Mobile.
Anthony.
From them side, KK4MOW.
CQ, this is KI5WPX in Ciplo.
Whiskey, Quebec 9, Victor, Brownsville, Texas, listening.
Hey, this is KI5WPX, how are you?
Whiskey, Quebec 9 Victor, listening. Whiskey, Quebec 9 Victor, WQ9V, Brownsville, Texas, listening.
Station in Brownsville. This is N5RTC. Terry in Austin. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Gary. How is the temperature up there today? Right now I have 46 degrees. Woke up with 37.
Looks like 26 in the backyard. The frozen preset that we had over the weekend did not melt very much yesterday. The roads, the main roads are probably just fine, but you get off in the neighborhoods where the road surface was shaded by trees, and there's still a lot of ice out there. It's supposed to be warm today. It's supposed to be, what are they saying? Oh my. Well, it's supposed to be warm today, so, there'll be more melting, and we'll just see if it'll clear out the road surfaces. Imagine things in Brownsville, other than being a little cool right now, you don't have to worry about anything with the roads, do you?
We didn't receive any ice or anything like that. We did get cool yesterday. Got down to 37 degrees. At 37? Yeah. No. Hold on. I got to think a minute. No, it got down to... Oh, my goodness. It got down to 28 degrees yesterday. That's what it was.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm looking at the National Weather Service page right now. Interesting. They say it's supposed to be 50 today, and that's very different from what they were predicting even a couple days ago. So I imagine there'll be a lot of this junk on the ground melting, and then we're kind of in a 62. Supposed to cool off a little bit around the weekend, but pretty reasonable temperatures for this time of year.
Roger, Roger. Yeah, right now we're warming up pretty quick. This morning I had 37 degrees out there, and it's already up to 46 degrees. So we're moving right along there.
What have you got planned for today? My day is just going to be sitting in the house watching the snow melt.
Going to be getting ready to go up to Durango here in the next couple of weeks, and just sitting back, relaxing, playing a little ham radio on 40 meters, and then go up to the local grocery store and restock some supplies. I made some chili the other day, and we're enjoying that. Some good comfort food, you know what I mean?
You ran through a couple of our favorite recipes Saturday, Sunday, and last night. Chili was one of them, as a matter of fact. You're headed for Durango. You going to do a little skiing?
Doing ski. I do a lot of other things, but that's one thing I always said no, because I said, a lot of my friends in high school, I've seen them with broken arms and broken legs from skiing, so I did tobogganing, but not skiing. You going up there to visit some family and just go mess around, play in the snow, and see what kind of deals we could find because it's off season right now?
Hopefully the weather will be good for that. So, you can go bargain hunting. That sounds like fun. I am not a skier. I'm a ski voyeur. I'll watch people make fools of themselves. But I'm not going to go out there and do it myself. I hope the weather stays good for you on the way out there. I don't know whether you're driving or flying. This time of year, driving could be a bit of a problem depending on what the weather does to you. But sounds like fun.
Roger. And it will be driving out there. And currently the temperature in Durango is 10 degrees right now. And the high today is supposed to get to 44, and then tonight get down to 16 degrees. They've been in the teens for a long time. I'm hoping that they have some snow because we plan to rent some snowmobiles and go out there and play on them.
The one thing that's been on my bucket list, and I'm of an age where I'm not going to drive, not going to fly. If I can't watch it on TV, probably not going to happen. But I would love to take the narrow gauge railroad, take one of those trips out of either Durango or Silverton in the winter landscape. That's one of those things that would not only be a lot of fun, but if you take photos, there ought to be some great opportunities for some super pictures.
That Whiskey Quebec 9 Victor for identification. Yeah, you're right. And they run the Durango Silverton train during the summertime. I think right now the trip to Silverton, they're not doing that, but they're doing what they call a Polar Express. Exactly what they do on that, I'm not sure. But they do have a Polar Express train that goes out from Durango. Anyway, look, I'm going to clear the frequency and let other people use it. Appreciate you making a contact with me. And I'll say 7-3. And let's see how the trip goes going to Durango. Whiskey Quebec 9 Victor, I'll be clearing your final 73.
Quebec 9 Victor, this is N5 RTC. I've enjoyed visiting with you this morning. Hope to hear you on again. Best wishes for that trip to Durango and return. Hope you have fun and find some bargains out there. 73 from Austin, this is N5 RTC, listening on the East Coast Reflector.
By the way, my daughter lives up there in Austin.
If you know Austin pretty well, we live, let's see, it used to be Northwest Austin. It's between Mopac and 360, just south of 183, if that kind of gets you in the neighborhood.
Roger. I have an idea there. I'm trying to think of the road that's close to her house there, and I'm drawing a blank there. But her street, I know you won't know it. That's Buck's Run. But I I forget the name of the road there. It goes right past HEB down to her place there.